My name is Jonathan D. Renzo, like my YouTube channel says. And during this COVID-19 quarantine, I decided to do something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, which is playing every single Beatles album, an acoustic guitar and a vocal. I'm a full-time working musician, or I was until a month ago. Residing here in Florida. I'm originally from Argentina. I've been doing that for 5 years, 6 years, maybe. Play music full time. Very blessed and thankful for that. The way I learned how to play music and my approach to music was through the Beatles. And they keep teaching me stuff. Going back to the catalogs after some time of playing other stuff and listening to other stuff, it really it's like a fresh set of years listening to them again. They always have something to learn from. So in this video, what I want to do is dissecting the albums, going song by song, album by album. I started with the very beginning, Please Please Me. I'm doing the LPs. Yesterday I did Past Masters Volume 1 until 1965. All the albums until all the singles till 1965. So now we're opening we're totally outside of the Beatlemania era with Revolver. As I said before in the other videos, the purpose of this streamings is a personal tribute and thank the Beatles for everything they've ever taught me, and also a tribute in a way of every single event in my life that has happened had to do with the Beatles. So they're very personal in a way. And as a kid, when I started playing, I started just playing every single Beatles song. I thought that was my way of starting music. And I think, I owe a lot to them. And this is a way of paying a tribute to them. And also it's a way of not losing this. I work as a full-time musician. I play every day, 3-4 hours a day, even more. Sometimes on the weekends I play like more than 10 hours. But all the stuff that I play only the hits of Beatles songs for, people, not for fans. So there's some like hidden songs that I hadn't played in a very long time. So it's always good to come back to them and give them a new approach and also see how they feel after a while. Okay, so enough of that. Today is the day for Revolver. We're entering, as I said, 1966. We're totally out of the Beatlemania. Many people put Sgt. Pepper's as the record that it's like in the middle, in between the Beatlemania and what's the psychedelia and what was happening after. But I think Revolver is definitely the middle. Actually, sorry, Rubber Soul is the exact middle. Revolver is already on the other side, like 100%. A lot of people put Rubber Soul and Revolver together. I don't really see it. A lot of people, including George Harrison in anthologies, has said Revolver was people side by side with. Rubber Soul I don't think that's the case. I had listened to Revolver and Rubber Soul and Revolver back to back. I don't see it. Anyways, started with Revolver. First song of the album is George Harrison's, one of his most popular Beatles songs. This Taxman. This is, like I said before, my approach with an acoustic guitar and vocals, stripping down all the Beatles songs to the very essence and core, which is just the harmony and melodies. All right, here we go. Taxman. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Let me tell you how it will be. This one for you, 19 for me. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. The 5% I've been too small. Be thankful I don't take it all. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. If you drive a car, I'll tax the street. If you try to sit, I'll tax your seat. Get too cold, tax the heat. If you take a walk, I'll tax your feet. Taxman. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. Don't ask me what I wanted for. Mr. Wilson, you don't wanna pay some more. Mr. Hip, 'cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. And my advice for those who die, taxman. The clever pennies on your eyes, taxman. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. And you're working for no one but me. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman.
All right, there we go. Taxman. First song, first album. Great song by George Harrison, obviously. Very powerful. I did this research before. Batman song was first. Batman theme song from the 1960-something show. It was first, so the Taxman with the Batman has a little bit. I guess there's a little bit of influence there with the George Harrison and taking songs from other people, kind of situation that happened, and he also made like fun of that with the song. This song, it's actually pretty funny to think it that way. But a few facts about the song: the solo is probably one of the things that pop out the most. That fuzz guitar that Paul does, actually, that solo. But you see that here, those guitar solos, even if Paul was doing it, doesn't matter, but just the effect, the guitar, the statics of the whole thing are very, very different from the solos from the early stage, that kind of sloppy Gretsch country kind of like solos with like two. Those. I never knew that one. Oh My Loving. I never knew that well. Verses like that. That kind of solo, that it's very different, and with the fuzz pedal and everything, made it really, really different. All right, next up, one of also the most known Beatles songs ever. One of the most classic Beatles songs there ever is. Not much to say about the song except that it has two chords basically, C and E minor, and that's it, and then variations on the chords, but it's just two. How to make an amazing song with two chords. Anyways, let's tune this guitar. I'm gonna have to retune guitars for certain things in this album. You'll see in a little bit what I'm gonna do to approach certain songs with an acoustic guitar and a vocal. This is just standard tuning for Eleanor Rigby. Go Eleanor Rigby. Alright, one of the best songs ever written, period. So not much to say about the song except that it's great, and that George Martin, actually, this is when he starts. Obviously, that yesterday set the blueprint for that kind of acoustic guitar and string quartet kind of stuff. That especially Paul was gonna use a lot throughout. It set the blueprint for that kind of like mix between the classical world and the pop world. Beatles introduced through George Martin, actually. That's how they introduced the classical world into the pop music world, which is absolutely great. George Martin used to direct orchestras for radio shows, with those old radio shows like BBC, that they had like those like dramas, it was like TV but without image. It was just in the radio shows where they had like voice actors and stuff like that, and they had music playing there, like orchestras. And George Martin was an arranger for those kind of shows. And then when he kind of lost a lot of work when TV came, and people started watching shows instead of listening to radio shows. So George Martin was kind of like, okay, took that job with EMI. We don't know much about George Martin, actually. It would be cool, a book about his life or something. I don't know if there is anything. He produced, last thing he did was, there's a documentary called Sound Breaking. This is the history of recorded music, and he directed it. If you get the chance to watch it, it's totally worth your time if you're into music production and that kind of stuff. Alright, now is the time for John Lennon. We had George opening a song on a Beatles album. That's very unprecedented. And what a song to open the album. Great choice to open the album like that. And we have, there's like a rocker song, more like a rock and roll, psychedelic kind of approach. I love that aspect of the Beatles. Then we have Paul with just a string orchestra, no pop instruments. No one plays on that on that track except Paul singing and the backing vocals. And now a very weird song, I'm Only Sleeping.
Please don't wake me
All right. Really cool song by John Lennon. Very weird too. The approach in the production, it gives you a sensation of tiredness and like laziness. The song is like sloppy, lazy. It is very lazy the way it's done. Really, really cool, weird song. Those bass lines are great. Okay, for this song, I'm gonna tune the guitar in a weird way, which is gonna be open C, because this is one of George's Indian experiments. Usually, Indian music is done in just one chord, and on top of that, they add all the instruments. So the open C tuning is gonna be, I'm gonna play the guitar and it's gonna sound a C, a C chord. So the E, I'm gonna turn it down to a C. The A, I'm gonna turn it down to a G. Around there. The D, I'm gonna turn it down to a C. G, I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm gonna actually tune it. Tuner. The B, I'm gonna turn it up to a C, and then the E, I'm gonna leave it as it is. There we have a perfect C chord. I'm not gonna do probably the exact same thing that the sitar does and all that. I'm gonna do the best I can with this. And George experimenting with Indian music. Great. First, the A side of Revolver. I think the whole album, but we're gonna talk about this a little later. The whole A side of Revolver is George, Paul, John, George again, with something that has nothing to do with his first song, with Taxman. Love You Too, they have nothing to do. Love it. Eleanor Rigby with the strings, and all the songs are so different. I bet it must have been very challenging for George Martin, this album, for each song to approach them with a different mindset. Favorite Beatles album, between White Album, this one, and Abbey Road, without a doubt, without a doubt. All right, I'm gonna have some lyrics to help me a little bit. There we go. Is that the intro? Not gonna be that great, but I'm not gonna be that accurate, but let's see. So, 2, 3, 4. little bit of a jam over there. Love You Too by George Harrison. Alright, and then here another song, this time from Paul McCartney, that has nothing to do with anything. I'm gonna leave this tuned for the next song, because as I said, we're gonna work with different tunings. So I'm gonna tune it half step down for the song after this, when I'm gonna use another guitar for the upcoming song. I said before, in listening to Revolver from George Martin's point of view, it is quite challenging to address each song in a very different way. And I love albums like that. To me, there's two types of albums in general. There's the albums that they're more cohesive and they have like an album identity. Like Sgt. Pepper's. I mean, a little bit more. Or Abbey Road, which they're more continuous. In a way, more cohesive. And then albums like this one or the White Album, that each song is a different world, that they have nothing to do one song with the other. Both things are great, I think, and the Beatles mastered everything, which that's why they're the Beatles, obviously. Which I've been reading those. Not reading, but hearing about those things about what Mick Jagger said about Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney with the Rolling Stones and the Beatles. That kind of like funny thing that they always had. To me, is they're not even comparable. With all due respect to the Rolling Stones, they never had an album like this. They could never. They always repeat the same. You listen to an album, Rolling Stones 1974, and last year, and they sound the same. They're doing the same. What they do, they're great at what they do. They just do one thing. Beatles can do anything, and I think that's the difference. All right, I'm gonna try to do justice to this song, which Paul has repeatedly said that is his favorite song. A great love song. To me, Eleanor Rigby is a better song. Matter of opinion. All right. Let's see if I can do the song. To lead a better life, I need my love to be here. Making it safe here, changing my life with a wave of her hand. Nobody can deny that there's something there. Running my hand through her hair. Both of us thinking how good it can be. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know he's there. Want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere. Knowing that love is to share, and each one believing that love never dies. Watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there.
with me. I knew I need never care, but to love her is to need her everywhere. Knowing that love is to share, and each one believing that love never dies, watching her eyes and hoping I'm always there. We'll be there and everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. A beautiful song by Paul McCartney. As he said, his favorite song. Don't agree, but still a beautiful, beautiful song. All right, we're gonna finish the A side of Revolver. Okay, did I tune the other guitar half step down? So we can do this upcoming song, which I think it's great how it is in Revolver at first. What the hell is this song doing here? But then if you think about it, like every song is such a different world. You'll never get bored of listening to this album because each song is so different. So different. So this is well, you all know, and the only way I can listen to this song is in Revolver or the movie. But yeah, this is for all the kids. In the time when I was born, lived a man who sailed the sea. Told of his lives in a land of submarines. So we sailed to the sun to find the sea of green. I believe in the waves and our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. Our friends are all aboard, committing murder, live next door, and the bird begins to fly. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, yeah. I will live a life of peace. Every one of us is all we need. Sky of blue, sea of green, in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. There we go. Yellow Submarine.
you can tell if you listen to it closely, you can hear George there singing, like, you can hear him like, what the hell am I doing? Saying, yeah, I was a Submarine, like an idiot. When he was obviously doing things like Taxman and like getting into Indian music, it was like George. I think George separated. But George is very important in this album. If you look at the cover, also the one that pops out the most out of them all, if you look at it like at a glance, the one that the album cover is amazing, by the way. Is George. George is the one that pops out the most. I think he was the one that was like going different places, and he was ready to quit the band at this point. To quit the band, but just to explore other areas where the Beatles weren't much ready to do yet. The one that teamed up more with, I think John and Paul were closer when they were in the Beatlemania, and George was more like the outcast, or more left out. And I think after this time period, John and Paul started to drift apart, and George started to lean more towards John in musical interests and experimental and all that. They were more together in a way. Paul still wanted to tour and write hits and be on the... Actually, Paul loves it. Paul loves playing live. Still, till today, I don't know how he does it. I wouldn't be able to. When I'm almost 80 years old, touring the world, I'm gonna play a little version here of She Said, an acoustic guitar. Between the original, there's a home demo with John and the acoustic guitar that's pretty cool. Weird time signatures, very characteristic of Lennon. Especially in this time period, he loved to work with like weird time signatures that he never learned them anyway, he just came up with them. And it's always very cool.
And she said, I know what it's like to be dead. I know what it is to be sad. And just making me feel like never been born. And I said,
All right, one of the best John Lennon songs in this album. Mess up in the lyrics, and I think in this album everyone is so even. Like this album wouldn't have been the same without any of their inputs. I think it's very even in the inputs. What John, Paul, George. Even Ringo, I mean, he didn't write it obviously, but there's Yellow Submarine here, which is the most famous Ringo song, I mean, that Ringo sings. Probably that one and A Little Help from My Friends, but nothing compared to Yellow Submarine. Anyways, here's a very fun... very, very fun song from John Lennon that in the anthology version is very funny to hear the giggling, even though they say that giggling is like they're on purpose. Like it's not very genuine and spontaneous. Still, it's pretty funny. They're probably high or something. It's funny, and John later on said he hated the song. I don't know why he had it with this song. It's perfectly fine, very fun. Same as Good Day Sunshine. It was that kind of time period where, you know, especially John and George, they felt that every song had to be deep and have a meaning and all that, you know what I mean? And which was kind of like a two-faced thing, because George had things like Crackerbox Palace when he, you know, I got my mind set on you. He had that sort of fun vibe to his songs. And John, also he had some songs that were not that deep or meaningful. Like I'm Stepping Out or Nobody Told Me. I mean, that's later on in his career. But I know Paul went a little bit overboard with Yellow Submarine, but there we go. Andy Birkin sing. a super fun song, especially to play with two guitars and the I have a video that I posted not too long ago, like a month ago. I'm gonna do every part of that song. It's so much fun. The bass line. Very, very, very fun to play. Your day breaks, your mind aches, find that all the words of kindness linger on. She no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, takes her time and doesn't feel she has to worry. She no longer needs you. In her eyes you see nothing. Sight of love behind the tears cried from no one. Love that should have blessed the earth. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her when she says her love is dead. You think she needs you. You see nothing. The sight of love behind the tears cried from no one. Love that should have blasted the earth. You stay home, she goes out. Says that long ago she knew someone, now it's gone. She doesn't need him. Your day breaks, your mind aches. There'll be times when all the things you said will fade ahead. You won't forget her, and in her eyes you see nothing. Sign of love behind the tears cried from no one. Love that should have blasted the earth. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Paul McCartney song. I like it better than Here, There, and Everywhere. Sorry, Paul. I'm not trying to talk Here, There, and Everywhere down. It's so. Paul is so great in this album. Eleanor Rigby for no one. Here, There, and Everywhere. Good Day Sunshine, Got to Get You Into My Life. His input is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. John's input, I mean, Tomorrow Never Knows. That's it. What else do you need? She Said, She Said. That weird psychedelic new approach of what music would be. It's so amazing. And George, of course, George is great in this album. So great. Could have put the half note bass on it. That guy that put LSD in his in George's and John's tea. It's a sugar cube of LSD, and they were tripping. So going with the Revolver album, and this is the time for psychedelic again. John, Dr. Robert. It would be so cool that this song. It would have been so cool if this song was Lennon Harrison. If they both wrote this song after the experience, but it was John. 1, 2, 3. Bring my friend, I said, you call Dr. Robert. Day or night, he'll be there anytime for all Dr. Robert. Dr. Robert, you're a new better man. He helps you to
He does everything he can, Dr. Robert. If you're down, he'll pick you up, Dr. Robert. Take a drink from a special cup, Dr. Robert. Dr. Robert is a man who must believe, helping anyone in need. And no one can succeed like Dr. Robert. Well, 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 you're feeling fine. Well, 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 he'll make you. Dr. Robert, my friend works for the National Trust, Dr. Robert. Won't bet money just to see yourself with Dr. Robert. Dr. Robert, you're a new, better man. He helps you to understand. He does everything he can, Dr. Robert. Well, 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 you're feeling fine. Well, 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 he'll make you. And Dr. Robert, bring my friend, I said you call Dr. Robert. Bring my friend, I said you call Dr. Robert. Dr. Robert.
All right, Dr. Robert. What a weird song also. John has the weirdest songs in this album. The well, you're feeling fine. Well, he'll make you. What a great part. All right. I kind of talk enough about this album. Again, George, with another great song. It's like in Rubber Soul, Think for Yourself and If I Needed Someone are great tunes. Even Think for Yourself, it is kind of Revolver-esque if you think about it a little bit. I got a word or two say about the things I do. It's a great song. This is such a weird song also. It's so great. Love it.
I wanna tell you my head is filled with things to say when you're here. All those words, they seem to slip away when I get near you. My hands begin to drag me down. It's alright, I'll make you make me next time around. But if I seem to act unkind, it's only me, it's not my mind that is confusing things. I wanna tell you I feel hung up, but I don't know why. I don't mind, I could wait forever, I got time. Sometimes I wish I knew you well, that I could speak my mind and tell you. Maybe you'll understand.
haven't played that song in a while. The riff is absolutely great. What a great riff. One great song after another. I don't know if I had to take one song out of this album. If I was George Martin and they gave me all the songs and said, okay, we have room, we have to take one song out of this album. Which one would it be? I have no idea what to. I would find a way to make an LP, a bigger, whatever. I would make 2 albums or whatever. I wouldn't leave any song out here. It's amazing. One of the best albums ever made. Anyway, 2 last songs. Very fun song here, Paul McCartney with brass is perfect. Perfect song. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was alone, I took a ride, I didn't know that I would find. I'm happy good and new time. What was the lyrics? Another row, maybe there we go. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was alone, I took a ride, I didn't know that I would find. Another row, but maybe another kind of mine. Ooh, then I suddenly see you. Ooh, did I tell you I need you every single day of my life? You didn't run, you didn't hide, you don't wanna just roll. You and never gonna be tired to forget all I told you. Ooh, you were meant to be near me. Ooh, and I want you to hear me say we'll be together every day. Now to get you into my life, yeah. What can I do? What can I be? When I'm with you, I wanna say, hey. And if I'm true, I'll never leave. And if I do, I know the way. Hey, ooh, then I suddenly see you. Ooh, did I tell you I need you every single day of my life? I'm not to get you into my life, yeah. I'm not to get you into my life. Yeah, I was alone, I took a ride, I didn't know that I would find me another road, but maybe I just need another kind of mind. Then I suddenly I see you. Oh, may I tell you I need you. I'm not to get you into my life, yeah. Here you can see in this song like the G screaming kind of influence Paul got from Little Richard in this song with other things added. Alright, for this song we have 2 choices. Either do it on the regular C thing or do an open C like we did again with Love You Too. Let's try the Love You Too thing. It's pretty fun. Alright, this is the last song of Revolver, and this is a song that it actually the first time I've heard, I will always remember the first time I heard this song, listening to Revolver and CD in my room. I was like probably 11 years old or something like that, and I was like sitting on the bed and looking at the album. Oh, maybe I was like doing something else. I was sitting on the bed like reading a book or something like that, or looking at something. And the song appeared, and I was like, when it ended, I was like, what the hell is this? One of those songs that you remember where you were and what you were doing when you first heard it, and you know for a fact that experience is gonna be very hard to achieve again. There's only, in my experience, there's only a few bands or songs that would like blow me away, and that usually happened. That happened like back in time for some reason. Gets like maybe say formulas are keeping us from this kind of Alright, tomorrow never knows. There we go. Now we can finish the broadcasting. I don't think I have much battery left. This broadcast was a little longer than expected. Revolver, one of the best albums of all times. There's nothing else to say. I can talk for 3 hours about Revolver. I'm not going to. I hope this is useful. If you want to approach certain Beatles songs in a more elemental way. I hope this is somehow helpful to you. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, those who watched, and I'll see you next time with Sgt. Pepper's.